into a bedroom. "Detectives," she said. "Glad you could swing by. Right in here." "What do you mean? We just got the call," Edgar said. "Really?" Fulton said. "I called it in at least 45 minutes ago. The watch must have his hands full." She gestured for them to pass by her, and they did. The hall ended at 3 doors: a closet, a bathroom, and a bedroom. They entered the bedroom and saw that all the activity was centered on a naked woman lying on the bed. 2 coroner's investigators, a forensics tech, a photographer, and another patrol officer were all hovering around the bed. The woman was on her back, her arms at her sides. She had been young and beautiful, and remained so even in death. Her hair was blonde, and it wreathed her face, curving under her chin. Her skin was pale white, and her breasts were full, even while she was lying down. A slight line of discoloration could be seen running along the bottom curve of each breast. Surgical scars. There was a diamond teardrop pendant on a silver chain on her chest, between her breasts. Her stomach was flat, and her pubic hair was neatly trimmed short, and in a perfect, inverted triangle. Edgar made a light cat-call whistle between his teeth. "Now, why would she want to go and do the Marilyn Monroe?" he asked. "A girl looking like that." No one answered. Bosch just stared at the woman on the bed while pulling on a pair of latex gloves. He knew that the knee-jerk reaction was to think that beauty solved all other problems. Same thing with money. But he had seen enough suicides to know that neither was true. Not even close. "Lisbeth Grayson," Sergeant Fulton said. 24, hasn't been here in the City of Angels long. Still has an Oregon driver's license in her purse." Fulton had come up next to Bosch and spoke while they both stared at the body. There was no embarrassment about the dead woman being naked and exposed. It was police work. Fulton held up a clipboard. Lisbeth Grayson's driver's license was clipped to it. Bosch noted that she was from Portland. "What else?" he asked. "She's an actress, aren't they all? She's got a drawer full of headshots over there. Looks like she did a walk-on bit on Seinfeld last year. You know, they filmed that here, even though it's supposed to be New York. Anyway, the resume is on the back of the latest headshot. She hasn't worked a lot, at least not the kind of jobs that she wanted to put on the resume." Bosch could almost feel Fulton's eyes drop to the small, perfect triangle of pubic hair. He knew what she was thinking. The silicone and the trim job might indicate a certain lifestyle and other means of income. Bosch looked back up at the face. Lisbeth Grayson hadn't needed anything in life but that face. He wondered if anybody besides her mother had ever told her that. "Anyway," Fulton said, "on the side table we've got an empty bottle of Percodan, left over from breast enhancement surgery last year, and a Goodbye Cruel World note. It's looking pretty cut and dried, Detective. We won't be wasting your time on this." Bosch moved his focus to the table next to the bed and stepped over. "Thank you, Sergeant." On the table was an empty glass, with a white residue at the bottom, a plastic pill bottle, and a notepad. Nothing else. Bosch bent down to study the pill vial, which was standing up on the table. It was a painkiller prescribed to Lisbeth Grayson 8 months earlier. Take as needed for the pain. He wondered if that pain included the need to end it all. He took out a notebook and wrote down the name of the physician who prescribed the drug and presumably performed the breast enhancement surgery. He next looked at an open spiral notebook that was on the table next to the pill bottle. There were 4 lines written in pencil on the page. Each line had one word underlined. "There's no use anymore. I give up. I give up. I give up." He studied it for a moment, paying attention to the words that were underlined, and understanding that she was putting the emphasis on a different word in each sentence. He reached down to the notebook so that he could see if there was writing on any of the other pages.